Ventilation systems are crucial. Gas fumes or leaks from propane or butane on a boat sink because they are heavier than air. A ventilation system removes air around the engine, the bilge, and the fuel tank areas, reducing the risk of a fire or explosion. This is the first purpose of a ventilation system. The second purpose of ventilation is to help manage moisture and humidity levels.
As the U.S. Coast Guard requires, all boats that use gasoline engines for electrical generation, mechanical power, or propulsion shall be equipped with a functional ventilation system. The only exceptions are for those having permanently installed tanks that vent outside the boat and contain no unprotected electrical devices.
Your boat's ventilation system depends on its engine type and the year it was built. There are two types, natural and powered. The natural system uses vents, cowls, and other openings in the boat to let air in or out, relying on wind or the boat's movement to move the air. The components of a natural ventilation system include a minimum of one intake cowl and duct, installed to extend at least midway to the bilge, or at least below the level of the carburetor air intake, and above the normal accumulation of bilge water. A minimum of one exhaust cowl and duct installed to extend from the open atmosphere to the lower portion of the bilge. A natural ventilation system is mandatory for each boat compartment that has a permanently installed gasoline engine or fuel tank and an electrical component, has openings between it and a compartment that requires ventilation, or that contains a non-metallic fuel tank. This system doesn't remove fumes when the boat is not in motion.
In a powered ventilation system, one or more powered blowers circulate air through the ducts. The powered ventilation system is made up of a supply duct from the atmosphere, or a ventilated compartment, or from a compartment that is open to the atmosphere, and an exhaust opening into another ventilated compartment, or an exhaust duct to the atmosphere in the lowest part of the bilge, and one or more powered blowers to move the air in that ventilation system. Exhaust blowers shall be controlled from the instrument panel.
Powered ventilation systems are required from USCG on boats built after 1982 for each boat compartment that has a permanently installed gasoline engine with a cranking motor for remote starting. Even if your boat is older, it still shall conform to USCG minimum ventilation levels and may require a bilge blower to satisfy those guidelines.
Maintenance. The boat operator is responsible for keeping the boat's ventilation system in operating condition at all times. Make sure that openings are free of obstructions, ducts are not blocked or torn, blowers are operating correctly, worn-out parts are replaced with equivalent marine-type equipment.
USCG recommends, if your vessel has a power ventilation system, turn it on for at least 4 minutes after fueling and before starting the engine. This ensures at least one complete change of air in the space served. Place this warning label in a visible place near the instrument panel. The U.S. Coast Guard ventilation standard is for boats constructed on or after August 1, 1980. Boats built after this date shall have a label near the instrument panel confirming the presence of a suitable natural or powered ventilation system.
If your vessel is not equipped with a power ventilation system, for example, a PWC, open the engine compartment and sniff for gasoline fumes before starting the engine.